guys, it's that time again. It's time for reviews, the Chopping Block 20 reviews. If you're new to the Chopping Block, I try a bunch of products, and this is a review video where I tell you how it went. If you'd like to see swatches of the products against skin, I recommend the haul video. I'll link it below. That's where I do all the swatches. So I won't be doing, there's no more in there. He's looking in my box to see if there's any more treats. You are something else with the treats, Max. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about how it went with the products. Now, these first two products were sent to me for review. They were by CoverGirl, and I liked one, and I didn't like the other. I'll tell you about the mascara first. The mascara is called the Supersizer, and you're probably seeing these in drugstores now. That's what the tube looks like. So it's called the Supersizer. I will show you the wand. Now, I like this, but traditionally, I'm one of those people that likes to spend 5 minutes on each eye when it comes to mascara. Can't do that with this mascara. That's why I was a little like, oh boy, to me at first. You definitely just need like two coats, and that's when it looks like perfect. So if you're in you're one of those people that just likes to do their mascara really quickly, you might like this. I found it to be a little bit on the clumpy side if I went over 2 layers, and then you have to spend your time separating because of the clumps and everything like that. So then after a couple layers, I felt like I was spending wasted time with it because I was separating, not necessarily adding volume. So anyway, I think this is a great quicker mascara. I do like it, for 2 coats and you're out. So if that's the type of thing that you're looking for, fantastic. It's kind of an adjustment for me because I do like to spend the time and build volume and get that super false lash look. And that doesn't really happen with this. So I still like the mascara, but I do think this is something that I would not purchase after this tube, just because of the fact that I'm just so used to, wanting to build super crazy false lash volume, and you can't really do it with that mascara. Now, this is the Intensify Me liquid liner. I have it in Intense Black. It's number 300. Let me try to give you a close-up of it so you can see. Yeah, there it is. Intensify Me, sorry, Intensify Me. Let me show you the tip of this. This is very interesting. Now, I love that it has the rubber grip right here, so it's really easy to hold on to. The only thing that I didn't like about this is I thought it would be an issue, and it was when I was hauling it and swatching it for you. I'll show you the tip and tell you about it. All right, so you see this. This is how it looks from the side view, and then the kind of straight on view, it's more of a paddle-shaped eyeliner. Okay, so I was like, well, which side am I gonna like? I know I'll be fine with the skinny, but the paddle, I don't know, and I didn't really like the paddle side. Using it in that way. So yeah, this wasn't a really big hit for me. I used it both ways, and it's okay. The paddle, if you hold the paddle, have the paddle flat end out and line your eye, it's a little too thick for me. But yeah, I just thought that this innovation, not something that I particularly can take advantage of. I still like my pointy liquid liner tip much better, so not something that I would purchase. But for some people, it's going to be okay, and but just not for me. Just not for me. A lot of people asked about this. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. And I gotta tell you, what I discovered with this? I was so excited about it. It's an all matte palette. The shadows are beautiful. The pigmentation I found to be very good. It's really hard to do matte shadows well, and it's so nice. I'm seeing more and more brands do an excellent job of doing matte shadows and not, excuse my language, half-assing it when it comes to matte shadows, which, can be really disappointing because a lot of palettes have a mixture of shimmer and some mattes, and if the mattes are like super disappointing, you find yourself digging into tried and true mattes to make an eye look work, which, is just more time. You know what I found out with this? I was so excited to use it, and I found out, I'll be more excited to use this come fall, winter, because I just don't do totally matte eye looks spring, summer. I just don't. What I found myself doing with this, and what kind of illustrated the point for me while using this, is I would use this and then grab something shimmery, a shimmery gold from somewhere, that kind of a thing. So if you want to hold on and you're thinking maybe that might be me too, this might be a great purchase for the fall. It might be perfect for that. I just found myself, gravitating toward, like, this is a great, like, everyday eye look. Like, I could see that, like, for, you know, a lot of people work-wise, this is going to be a really nice palette to do something really pretty and work appropriate. So if you're thinking that, it might be something to purchase now. I did like it overall. This is my second favorite. My first favorite is, of course, her Monarch palette. I love that thing. I use that today on my eyes. But yeah, I definitely think this is great. It's just something I will be pulling out come fall. You know, September, I will be pulling her out. But until then, I just really won't. I definitely just won't. All right, this was interesting. I had 2 primers to review. For this Chopping Block. Max must see a squirrel or something. He's going a little nutso by the window here. This first one I was really kind of disappointed in. I used it today. It's decent. It's the Makeup Forever base. Excuse me, Makeup Forever mattifying primer. So I'll give you a close-up of it. It definitely goes on without any color, which I like. You know, I'm always, I don't know, you put your makeup right over top of it. I don't know why it matters, but it just bothers me if something leaves color behind or it leaves you ashy kind of for a minute before you put foundation over it. I just think that's weird. But anyway, it's okay, I would say, for spring, maybe early summer. It's not one of those I'll be wearing in August. It isn't that mattifying. It's a pretty decent mattifier, but not super duper special. And I would say there are a bunch of other mattifiers that are much better when you're talking about primers. So I was a little disappointed because I was really hoping they would knock it out of the box with this and make this one of my holy grail mattifying primers for summertime. So this is not it. It's definitely sufficient. Today it's in the 80s, the early 80s. That's why I was like, okay, sure, I'll use it. Anything hotter than that, like most of the summer around here, 90s, no. I definitely pulled out my tried and true primers, which I'll be telling you about in monthly favorites. I'm going to tell you about my mattifying sandwich in monthly favorites. That is my favorite. I've got a core group of things that I use that mattify the heck out of my face, and I don't have to worry about my makeup. So definitely check that out if you're an oily combination skin girl like me. So yeah, this is not something I see myself purchasing again. I got this from Sephora, I think. The other primer that I had to test out for you is by CoverGirl, so a drugstore primer, and it's called Outlast All Day Primer. And I would say this is a decent primer, again, not super, super mattifying for the combination oily skin set in deep summer. I'll definitely wear this in the fall and in the spring. Fall, winter, spring, definitely would use this. It's a good primer. I definitely think it helps your makeup stay looking really, really nice. You know what I want to do? I need a new CoverGirl Queen foundation. I need a new one. And I want to really put these two together just to see, because that's one of my favorite foundations. It really helps me stay matte, so it's going to be interesting to see. So when it says makeup wear extender, I would say yes, because I really think it helped my blush day. My cheeks eat blush. I really think it helped with that. I did have to touch up in my T-zone, which is kind of, you know, what happens unless I use my holy grail mattifying primer. So I would say this is going to work for a lot of people. Next up, this did not work for me, and a lot of you knew it and said it in the hall. This is the new MAC Foundation Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. It's such a long name. Now, I got it in the right color. In the haul, you saw me with the wrong color. I accidentally ordered NW50. This is NC50, which is actually my color. So I will do a swatch here because I swatched the wrong thing in the video before. So yeah, this doesn't work for me. It's just not a great fit for my skin type is what happens. And I'll tell you why. I, again, have a combination oily skin. This is really dewy when you put it on, and it does, you know, settle a bit into like a satiny finish. But throughout the day, I had to touch up way too much. Even with a very strong mattifying primer, I still had to touch up. So definitely not a good fit if I, you know, for my combination skin. I would say if your combination skin, oily skin, get a sample if you can from the MAC store to make sure this foundation works for you. I would say it was more geared toward normal skins. I would definitely say normal skin, even drier skins might enjoy this foundation. I just really didn't. You know, I was had a lot of hopes. A new MAC foundation, usually they work for me, you know, depending on what they are. The last couple have worked for me. That just isn't one of them. All right, this liner was excellent. I love it. It is by NYX. It's the Très Jolie gel pencil liner, and it is gel. It smooths on like butter. I love it. My lower lash line loves it. It doesn't move. It's great. And what color is this? This is pitch black. So one of the things that's interesting that I found out from using this is it does twist up. This back part twists. So I was about to try to sharpen it. That would have been ugly. But it does twist up from the bottom. And it does, let's see, have a sharpener too at the end. So very, very, very cool, and works like butter. This really replaces something that I thought I would have to find on eBay. I really love the Avon Super Shock liner because it was so gel and smoothed on like butter, and I used mine up and it's gone. I got it because of Pixie Woo videos. They used it in Pixie Woo videos a long time ago. And I was like, man, that is just smoothing on like butter. I need that. So I ordered that off eBay, but this definitely replaces it and is less expensive, you know, than getting it off eBay. So really good. This is one of the weirdest experiences I've had with a lip product in the whole history of the chopping block. You're gonna have to help me here. If you bought one of these, I want you to comment below with your own review because I'm wondering if I got a bad one, if this is a fluke or what. Okay, this is the CoverGirl Outlast Longwear Plus Moisture Lipstick. And I got it in the shade 925, what is the name? Red Rogue. Weirdest experience ever. Okay, because this looks beautiful. I got this from CVS. And I put it on the first time and I was like, what is that? It was like grains, grainy stuff. And I was like, what is this lipstick? What happened? Did I have something already on my lips? I was like, what is going on? No, it's the lipstick. The lipstick, okay, the one that I got at least, is grainy. You know what I did? Okay, this is what I did. I took the lipstick and I took what are those called? Note cards, like you had in school. You wanted to study for tests. And I cut off the top layer, and then I tried it again the next day and I was like, it's still grainy. What is, you can literally see the little dots or whatever on this lipstick. It is the weirdest thing. I don't know what's wrong. It's really, really weird. So if you purchase this, maybe another color, maybe if you purchase the same color, please let me know what your experience is because this is really weird. I thought, you know, maybe something was wrong with the top. I didn't know, but it didn't help cutting off the tip. It didn't help at all. Penelope, if you drink my water, I'm gonna hurt you, girl. She's circling my water. She likes my ice water. Okay, this worked out really, really well. This is Urban Decay's Afterglow 8-Hour powder blush, and look at that packaging. Love it, love it, love it. This blush worked out really well. I got the shade Bang. I also got another color, and that worked out really well as well. Very, very, very pigmented. Great blush. Stays on my cheeks for the most part, because my cheeks eat the blush, but stays, has lasting power. I look pretty much the same at the start of the day or at the end of the day as I did at the start of the day. And I would just say, yeah, try them. I don't know. I was looking for more of an everyday color from the range of colors they came out with, and I can't really spot one. If you know of one that would work for me, let me know. Because I can't really spot like an everyday color, you know, something like pink and pinky brownish or something like that that I could wear every day. But overall, I would say they did a great job. All right, speaking of Urban Decay, let's talk about their new lip glosses. I like this. This is really great. I got the color Punch Drunk, which is a beautiful orange. Beautiful orange. I love the packaging of this as well. They did a really good job with the packaging of the blush as well as the lip gloss. And I would say this lip gloss is fine. It's really, really good. I was able to wear it alone because it is opaque. And I liked putting it over a couple of my favorite orangish lipsticks. So I would say they did a fantastic job with these as well, and you might want to get one. Let me think. I was trying to remember something else to tell you about that, but now I forget. Okay, this did not work. Okay, not work at all. I was so disappointed. First Becca product that I've ever been like hugely disappointed in, and it is the Beach Tint Lip Shimmer Souffle. All right, looks really, really cute. I loved the souffles that, you know, you used on your cheeks as like a highlighter. It was a really nice mix. What is my part doing? What is my part doing? All right, I really like those. I reviewed those for the chopping block as well. Now this is a lip product, and it's a mix of an orange and gold. What color did I get? Let me tell you that. What color is it? Oh gosh, beach lip tint. Is this? Why can't I tell you the color? Okay, papaya topaz. That's what it says on here. It's a little sticker on the side. Papaya topaz. Very, very disappointing. Did not feel good on my lips. The color comes out like a mixture. So you kind of get a different, depending on how the mix comes out, how much you use. The color can vary that you get, the end color can vary a bit, which just wasn't a really big problem for me. I just didn't like the way it felt on my lips, and it wasn't moisturizing at all. Like at all, meaning at all. So definitely not something I would purchase. Very, very disappointed, and I believe it's going back to Sephora. But again, it is called the Becca Beach Tint Lip Shimmer Souffle. So, so disappointed. But don't you worry. I'll be online ordering Champagne Pop when it comes out in a couple days. All right, so let's see. This is Anastasia's concealer. I got number 5. And I will say, this, even from swatching it like I did in the video, I was like, whoa, this is a very creamy product. And I learned very fast in using it that a little goes a long way. I made a lot of mistakes with this, and it's really, really funny. I love makeup mistakes because I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh Lord. But yeah, a little goes a long way with this. Too much will make you look crazy, and set it really well is what I learned with this. So I would say this is a really good concealer, but I did have to take extra pains to really like double set it. Like I double set this because I didn't want it to move under my eyes and that kind of a thing. And I would say it's really easy once you learn the right consistency for your face, you know, less is more. Less is more. I kept on saying to myself as I use this because you really don't need a lot of product to conceal, and you definitely do need to set. So if you can do those two things, this is decent. I think this is going to be great if you're a more dramatic person. You know, if you really like, if you are a slap your makeup on and go, stick with the MAC Pro Longwear, you know, and that kind of a consistency concealer. I would say this is a little bit more for the artists out there that like really take their time with their makeup, because that's what I found to be an issue with me, because I am a slap it on and go kind of a person for the most part. So most days, and you see when the days you see me. So yeah, I found myself, this is just a product kind of like the CoverGirl mascara. This is a take your time and, you know, kind of a product, whereas, you know, well actually the CoverGirl mascara was like 1-2 coats and you're good, but so it's not like this. But the Anastasia is definitely one of those products that is geared toward more of the artiste in you, not necessarily the slap it on and go to work kind of girl like a lot of us are. All right, the Butter London Patent Shine 10X mascara nail polish. This was sent to me as well. This is their new thing, and I would say the nail polish is very shiny. I wore this in a couple videos. If you've watched the last couple videos, you've seen it. I would say this is a really nice shiny nail polish. I would say it lasts about the average amount of time though. The average amount of time being I started to get chipping after about 5 days. So it doesn't last a super long amount of time, but the shine, it does look beautiful and stays with you. I started getting that chipping after 5 days. I expected it to last a little bit more, but the color is beautiful. This color is called Her Majesty's Red, and I got 3 other colors. I used one other one, and it chipped about the same amount of time too after 5 days. This foundation, Clinique Beyond Perfecting, I was happily surprised with this. Now this is the foundation plus concealer. I have it in the shade Golden. Number 24. This is something I'm definitely going to utilize more in the fall, winter. I'll tell you why. It isn't a great foundation. I don't really like a whole lot of liquid foundations this time of year when it's in the summertime. In fact, I kind of go back to my Bare Minerals matte powder foundation for the most part. Today I'm wearing a liquid foundation though. This is pretty cool today, and The clouds are out and it is going to rain. But this is, like they say on the back, it does give you a natural matte finish. I would say whereas the MAC foundation that didn't work for me is a medium coverage, a definite medium coverage foundation. This is like one of the a light medium foundation consistency, I would say. But one of the things that I was so impressed with when it comes to this is I saw foundation plus concealer. What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that I did one layer on my face and I was happy with it, but under my eyes and places that I tend to conceal, like my chin as well as under my eyes, I did one more little spot and blended it in and I was good. So I was able, if you're definitely looking for a foundation where you don't have to do a lot of concealing, maybe you only want to use one product instead of two most days, and you don't have a lot of concealing to do, this is going to be the foundation for you to check out. Definitely get a sample from Sephora if you can. Sephora and Ulta has it as well. I forget which place. I think I got mine from Sephora. But yeah, if you're looking for something that might do double duty for you and you don't have a whole lot of super, scarring, that kind of a thing, check this out. And you like a natural finish, this looks really good. And Clinique's kind of known for that. They really, the things that they have are for the most part, really good natural looking makeup. You're not going to look cake faced with Clinique. So I really respect them for that. And that foundation really speaks to that and I think will appeal to a lot of people. This is the Rimmel balms that are out, Keep Calm and Rock. I have number 30, Berry Blush. I didn't find this to be as moisturizing as I would like. It leaves a soft, subtle color, as the name kind of suggests, berry blush, but I wanted this to be more moisturizing and I didn't find that. So I wouldn't purchase this again. I got this at Walmart. That's the only place I've seen it, at Walmart. I haven't seen it at other stores. But yeah, so that's kind of all I have to say about this. I do like a lot of other balms that I have much, much better, so I wouldn't purchase that again. Last but not least, this is the Foreo Luna Mini. Now, I tested this the whole time I was gone after the haul, and I'll tell you what I think. It's really pretty simple. I like this more than my Clarisonic, but I don't know if it's a must-have. That it's the weirdest thing. Okay, so you have two sides to this. I prefer to use this side. You turn this on. The one thing everybody told me in the haul video is it definitely does hold the charge as long as it says it will. You turn it on right here. There's a little kind of indentation. They come in different colors, so you don't have to get purple. I just got purple. But you turn this on and you use your cleanser and you just, go over your face. I found it to be a lot more relaxing and effective to me than the Clarisonic. Why does my husband always mow the lawn when I'm getting ready to do this? He sees me getting ready and he goes to mow the lawn. All right, so so yeah, I really, really like this. I don't think it's a very pricey item. I got the mini, and the mini is like $139, I think, and I did it during the little 15% off sale. I picked it up because she tested it out on my hand, the girl at Sephora. She was so good, and she got me with it. She really, really did. It really feels great, and I love the way it feels on my face and neck, and it just feels so relaxing. I felt like I got a much better job done of cleansing than without anything. No Clarisonic, no this. I would say wait until there's like a really good sale, like the 20% off sale in fall for Sephora, if you can get that. I would definitely say purchase it during, the 15% off in, that we just had in May, or the fall. I would say wait for a sale to purchase it if you really, really want to get it. If you feel that the Clarisonic is too rough for you and too rough on your skin, which is how I kind of feel, because if you look at enough stuff, you'll see, that there's a lot of different opinions on the Clarisonic, and I just wonder if it's a little too rough on my skin. It doesn't necessarily feel rough, but I feel more comfortable using this often, like every day. I feel more comfortable using this because it feels more gentle. It is doing the job cleansing, but I just feel way, way better about it than my Clarisonic is what I'm trying to say. So if you're looking into getting both, I would say do some more research. I'm not the end all be all, and everybody has different opinions, and this is always going to be about that. These are all just my opinions on products. But I would recommend this. Personally, I would recommend the Foreo over the Clarisonic just for the care of your skin based on my feeling using both. Because I went back and I used my Clarisonic and I just was like, no, you know what? I just want to use this. So simple as can be, that's the deal. I really love the way my skin feels afterward. I feel like it does a very, very good and adequate job cleansing your skin thoroughly, but gently. I liked it a little bit more with creamy cleansing products than I did with foaming cleansers. Like, you know, I'm so into the Paula's Choice now. I don't know why. I felt like more of a massaging kind of a thing when I was using it, hey Penelope, with a creamy cleanser. So if you use a creamy cleanser already, you're gonna like that. But it was fine with my foaming cleanser from Paula's Choice, but I just felt like it was a moisturizing treatment kind of with a creamy cleanser. So I would definitely recommend it though, is what I'm trying to say. That's the final review on it. I would definitely recommend it. I'm glad I got it with a little bit of a discount, 15% off, thank God. And I am glad I'm glad I went ahead and chose the mini for the price point, as well as I think this is gonna be fine for me. This is all I need. It fits perfectly in my hand. It covers my face very, very quickly, and I'm very happy with it. So if you have one of these, I heard a lot of really great reviews in the comments for the in the haul for this chopping block. If you have one of these, definitely tell everybody what your thoughts on it are below, and also if you have the experience of using a Clarisonic as well as the Foreo, I would love to hear your thoughts on it, because you guys give great reviews. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon, and thanks again. Just thanks for being you. Talk to you later. Bye bye.